Welcome back to another episode of CT Chronicles. I am your host, Ratachang Moroke, and with me today, I'm very excited to introduce Byron Lotterick, who is the e-commerce and loyalty manager for Airlink.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's start with the basics. Can you give us an overview of Airlink's core services and what makes it a preferred choice for business travelers?
So Airlink is a regional airline connecting 45 destinations in 15 African countries. So for a business traveler, I mean, that's a lot of connectivity throughout Southern Africa that's available to them. The core services obviously being reliability, on-time performance. It's a core major part of our business. You know, the focus on making sure that the traveler gets to where they need to be on time, every time, without fail. That's a priority for us.
And why would you say Airlink chose to partner up with Corporate Traveler, and why would this be a benefit for our business travelers?
There's a lot of mutual market alignment that we have with Corporate Traveler. Connecting the business traveler seamlessly is something that, I mean, Corporate Traveler does as its main function, with the benefits to the corporates themselves. And as an airline, we obviously are a seamless exchange between the two.
Byron, you touched on, I think, a very important piece there, which is on-time travel, which is very important for business travelers. It can be very frustrating. So what's your track record for being on time?
A key focus for us is to make sure that major concern for any business traveler that's trying to connect to any destination or any business meeting and having to worry about the logistics of getting from A to B. So all our departures and arrivals make it on time every time, and that's just something that we hold dear to our hearts. Our on-time performance averages at above 95%. We're known for our reliability, and that's one of the key elements of it.
Okay, and in the unlikely situation that you are not on time for whatever reason, technical or not, what is the process in letting travelers know of their next plans? So
there's various communication platforms that we make use of. They get notified of check-in, of boarding times, of gate changes. In the unlikely circumstance where one of those scenarios does take place, they are notified immediately and the necessary arrangements are made.
Now let's talk about your loyalty program. It's called Skybucks. Can you explain a little bit of what that is and the benefits for the business traveler?
Okay, so Skybucks is a straightforward loyalty program that is rewarding and benefiting the frequent flyer. At its main core, it's a cash revenue-based model. The frequent flyer themselves, on every sector that they fly, they will accrue Skybucks, and Skybucks is a currency, and that goes into a wallet. That wallet is then used on future travel.
Okay, awesome. And there's obviously a level membership to it. There's several different levels of the membership. Can you talk us through what those are?
Sure. So there's 4 different tiers. There's 3 achievable tiers: blue, red, and emerald. And then there's a by invitation only tier, which is your black tier. The higher you tier up, the higher the percentage of revenue back into your wallet as a Skybucks member. Your blue tier, you get 1% back. Red tier, you get 3% back. And your emerald and black tier, you get 5% back.
If I'm traveling with family or I'm part of a group, can I still use the program, or is it solely for single travelers?
Absolutely. I mean, a frequent flyer program is exactly that. The family pooling is up to 8 members, 7 contributors and 1 main member. And all of those Skybucks accrued go into one pot, and they can be used for any one of those members.
Okay. So I suppose the question is, can I claim for historical bookings?
Yes, so retro claiming is an option for all our travelers. Up to 90 days after the last flight activity. Okay. So within that 90-day period after that last flight, the only reason that you would have to retro claim for something is because you haven't inserted your membership number, or the name on your membership profile doesn't match the name on the ticket. So there may be a mismatch, and that's where you'd have to just trigger the system to know that you are retro claiming.
Byron, do you have any tips for our business travelers on how to be more cost effective?
I think this is very well known to everybody, but is not thought about at the time of booking. So booking and planning ahead is ultimately the biggest key to making sure that your logistics part of your travel is sorted. So if you can book in advance, you will have a lot more flexibility to choose from. You'd have a lot more fares to look at. yeah, booking in advance is ultimately the key.
Before we finish off, any other new exciting things coming from Airlink? Any technological enhancements that you're working on?
As I said, the Skybucks program is new. It's new on the market. At the moment, we are on 150,000 members as of last week. We've seen the benefit, and phase 2 of the program is to start incorporating a lot more non-air partners, giving a lot more flexibility for the frequent flyer who may not travel as frequently and remains in the blue tier status, still has the option to make use of Skybucks that they do have in their wallet. So it's a major development, and we're really looking forward to it. We have a mobile app. We've recently added the Skybucks program to the app. Now you can manage and maintain your Skybucks profile, your membership, and book flights. We're trying to just make it a lot more seamless and a lot more forward-facing for the customer to make sure that they have access to seamless travel coordination.
Baron, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
And that's it for today's episode of CT Chronicles. I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Baron as much as I did, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode for another exciting conversation.